Welcome everybody to the Secabo Digital Summit. Today we want to talk about heat presses. We have a huge number of different heat presses in our portfolio, and it's not easy to choose the right machine for the purpose you have. It's hard to say which is the right one. So that's why we today want to have a look at all the machines and take some time to explain which heat press is the right for my application and help to choose the right machine. We start with 3 entry-level models. We start with the Secabo C5 machine, here all in black. The machine has a heat plate size of 38 by 38 centimeter. You have to close the machine manually and you also have to open it manually. No automatic heat press. It has a simple controller, but the controller has all the features you usually need for a heat press. This machine can do small batches. It can be used as a backup or second machine. Maybe even a pro may use it as a backup. High performance is not the right word for this machine. Big batches we wouldn't recommend to do with that machine. Right, next we have a pretty new model in our portfolio. It's the TS7 patch press with a heating unit size of 15 by 15 centimeter. It also features a pretty simple controller, manual closing and manual opening. It can be used for small t-shirts or hobby press, but it is also used by pros as a patch press. T-shirt labeling on the arm, breast pocket, if you put it beside a high performance heat press. And here just use it for additional patching. It's useful for a pro. So it's hard to tell if a heat press is just for pro or hobby use. Have to decide in every case. Right beside the big brother of the TC1, it's the TC2. It has a heating unit of 20 by 30 centimeter and the controller and the mechanics are the same as the TC1. I can use it for small t-shirt printing, or all the 3 machines can be used for sublimation or toner transfers. They can be used in a wide range of applications. For toner transfer, be careful. There are many different toner transfers, and some toner transfers require high pressure and a very even pressure, and then these machines are not the right ones. So for all usual and common transfer methods like sublimation, flock and flax, and the simple toner transfers, these 3 machines can be used. So think about using this machine as a second or backup machine. Many of our customers use these machines as a mobile version that they take to expos or events to produce on-demand t-shirts. But of course, these machines can also be used as a hobby machine. These machines are clearly above the hobby level. Many of those machines on the market right now are nothing more than flat irons. This is a real heat press. You can set time and you have real pressure. You can have good temperature control, and it's not really that simple as these flat irons. Now we're going to have a look at something absolutely new. This is a ball press, the Secabo TCB. For this we have an extra webinar with all the details, so I'm going to give you just the basic specification. The machine is equipped with the Secabo Smart controller, and the machine is used for printing on balls. You can use different sizes of balls, also oval American footballs. On the balls you can print with standard flex film or with special transfers made for balls. And here we have a really old model that we have since many years. It's the TS7 swing machine. This is the old model that is still part of the Sacaba portfolio. Later we will have a look at the TS Smart, that's absolutely new with a lot of features. This old, it is widely used in the market since many years. It can swing open in a good angle and has the classic advantages of a swing press. The heat plate and the base plate are directly over each other, and compared to the clam model where you can see there is this movement in an angle between the upper and the lower plate, and you will always have this relative movement that might cause issues by pushing the textile against the print or the transfer. When you clam them together, no matter if it's flex or flock or toner transfer, you might always have the issue of a very slight movement, and you don't have this with a swing press. The difference between the new model and the old one we will explain in a minute. This machine is a very good machine, solid. The new machine, of course, has a lot of better technical specifications, more features, but still the old model stays a popular model. It has a good price-value relation and therefore will be part of the Secabo portfolio for quite a while. The next three machines are a very important part of the portfolio. Three models that are widely used. They have a wide range of customers compared to the automobile market. This would be the Volkswagen Golf of the heat presses. Here on this side we have a brand new machine. It's a new Secabo light controller that's mounted on a standard TS7 heat press and base. In this combination we will have the TS7 Lite. For this we have an extra webinar where we will discuss all the technical details. All of the machines we see here are real workhorses of machines. They are used in the professional garment decoration sector, and they can be used in a production environment for many, many years. TS7 means it is a platen size of 40 by 50 centimeters, and that's a common good format to make good transfers. You can use A3 sized transfers and print on t-shirts and sweatshirts in a good size. Even XXL or XXL shirts can be printed with a good size. Also sport textiles with back numbers and names or front logos can be printed with that very well. very important, TC7, TC5 Smart. All the accessory fits on these machines. You can put exchange plates on that, slide, quick exchange systems, the membrane, base plate. You can use them in a high productive environment. If you put these accessories on it, the production level will rise to much more productivity, and also higher quality can be achieved. If you use a small base plate, you can print on breast pockets. This is the cap press, the TC7 Smart. You can see it's equipped with the smart controller. This smart controller has a lot of features compared to the other more simple models that we have seen in the beginning. This smart controller is for professional use. If you produce serial production, if you have high volume production, you will use a counter, a resettable counter. All this is part of that controller. Also, you can use the smart app with the smart controller with a huge database of transfer parameters. This controller, apart from the app, can be used very easy. You can change time and temperature quickly. You can switch languages, and it has many advantages compared to the light controller or to the hobby. Caps can be put on here easily, and they are fixed with this lever. There are different sizes of cap modules, so different sizes of caps can all fit good to this machine. And here we have from our mass production portfolio the TC5 Smart. Smart because it's the smart controller which we just discussed, and the plate size is 38 by 38 centimeter, and down here we have all the compatibility to all the accessories. Now we're going to have a look at the TS7 Smart. One thing here, we will have an extra webinar just for the TS7 Smart with all the details. Now we're going to just see the difference to the other models. This is a swing press with all the advantages we just have discussed. We can swing open the machine completely, so our workspace is available completely. It can swing open completely. We can work without getting burns. Big advantage. It doesn't clam together, so we can work here very good. The heating unit is on top of the bottom plate, and they will fit together in a rectangular way without getting any movements. The smart controller on top with all the advantages. And this machine is the first Secabo heat press that's made in Germany. We have some really special functions and features. We have here the heated base plate. We can have a look here. It's a heating unit that is heated up by an extra controller that has a lot of advantages. you get more control over the base plate. Think about white toner transfer. You have very good controlled and defined temperatures at the base plate. And also for the print marks, it's much better. The heating unit you can see here is a heated membrane plate. That's also something absolutely new, made in Germany. This is a membrane that has pressure coming from air inside, and it is soft heat because it presses softly over many things. And you can see here things are possible that would never have been possible before. Print over buttons, print over collars, print over zippers. This can be done with the soft heat, and it doesn't destroy the buttons because the membrane just goes over the buttons without pressing them too hard. And especially for the sports shirts, you don't have these ugly print marks. That is much, much better on this soft heat. On many textiles you can't even see the print marks. As I already said, all the rest of the details we will have in detail in an extra webinar. And here we're going to look at this one. It's a TS7 Smart, and it is equipped with a slide extension. This is a simple machine, but equipped with this slide extension, you can make this machine very, very productive. The slide can be equipped with many different base plates, small ones, also big ones. We have here an A4 or 4 arms with 12 by 38 centimeters. We can on one side do the transfer, and on the other side do the preparation. And once the machine opens, you can switch again, do the transfer on the one side and get out the finished t-shirts and do the preparation again. So this makes this simple clamp press to a high productive machine. Here you can see that again. It's 12 by 38 for arms, or this for breast logos, the 15 by 15. So now we have a look at some special heat presses. These are the mug presses. As the name, you see what it's for mugs or any other products with round shapes like bottles. Here is the pretty new machine, the TM5, the big one, with 5 heating elements. All can be equipped with mugs. We have 5 controllers, so every mug element can be controlled by itself. We can close them, single one, so if you just use one or all of them, you can scale that. If you need many mugs, you can do a big production here, but you can use this also for just one mug. You can put our standard heating units there, the same as for the TM1. The standard mugs can be used for that. and the conical element does not fit. The small one does fit, but always look at the technical specifications. Not all of our heating units for mug presses can fit in all of our mug presses. Be careful. We have started here with the high production machine. This here is the TM1, our standard machine, widely used, the TM1. It's sold thousands of times. You can use them for small or bigger ones. You can put many of those machines beside each other and also do high production. Our standard elements do fit in there, the conical or the standard small and big one. Mug production is always sublimation, or there are toner transfers, but always be careful. You can't use toner transfer mugs for sublimation and the other way around. You can't use simple mugs. The mugs need a special coating. For sublimation, it's a polyester coating that will take up the ink that's printed with the sublimation printer. And be careful, there are huge differences in the quality of the mugs. If you put them to a dishwasher, some may last not even one time washing, others may last many times, so there is a big price difference in these mugs. And here, pretty new, the TM2. It's a mug press where you can put in 2 mugs, or you can use like water bottles or these widely used in the sports sector, the bottles that are longer. You can print on them. You can of course use our just standard elements for single mugs. You can change them easily with a couple of knurled nuts. But apart from them, the controller, it's simple to use, easily change the pressure and change the mug elements. The pressure has to be adjusted according to the size of the mug. And you can choose the right model from these mug presses according to what kind of mugs you make or how many you make. Just a couple of mugs or many mugs. Do you want to print on bottles and long elements or just on standard mugs? This all has to be decided, and for high volume. And last, we have a look at our pneumatic range of products. We have some special machines here that are clearly aiming at the market for high productivity, high volume of t-shirt production or any other sublimation production. And we are going to give you some hints how to decide if this machine is right for you. This here is a widely used machine. It's our TPD7. We see them here already equipped with a lot of extra accessories. It has 2 places to work on. The head with 40 by 50 centimeters can be moved left and right, so you can always work on one side and prepare something or take out the finished product and press on the other side, and afterwards do that on the other side. Depending on how you work and what you do, you can save up to 50% of processing time. And with this machine you therefore can use a high productivity and produce many shirts. There is a special accessory mounted on the machine. There is a heated base plate with the extra controller. We have already seen this before on the TS7. You can use this heated base plate, the TB7, on many other machines as well. On the other side, we have the quick change system. We have already seen that before as well. And you can put on small-sized exchange plates or even the big size, whatever you need in that case. And you can change them really quickly and use all these advantages with higher pressure on a smaller area, or reduce the imprint breasts or arms, and you can use pretty high pressure if you use a small exchange plate. On the other side here is the big brother of the TPD7. It's the TPD7 Premium, which has a little more of everything. The head can be moved left and right. It can also be moved automatically with pneumatic power. So if you work all day on this machine, it will have, especially for the people working on that every day, it will help you to not get tired that fast. And the pneumatic cylinder is much stronger, so this one has a very high pressure of up to 500 grams per square centimeter. The controller has a lot of premium features. You can store presets of time and temperature. You can make different timings for left and right side. So if you have to do pre-pressing on the one and pressing on the other, you can set this. You can have you have buttons here to quickly change between pre-pressing and actual pressing. And if you have done already a lot of prints, you know how important pre-pressing or post-pressing doing t-shirts is. And it's important to change between these times quickly. The machine has pre-installed cross lasers, and with these cross lasers you can set them for each side, so it's easier for positioning your garments or your prints, so the print will always be at the exact same position. And last but not least, we have a look at the TP10, our large format heat press at the Secabo portfolio. It has a drawer below, so the base plate can be drawn out, so you can put large format things on there, like panels for sublimation, or many mouse pads at the same time. You can do all over prints over t-shirts, or all these 4XL shirts. They can all be printed with that. the machine has a lot of power and a big cylinder inside, and because it has a lot of power, it has a special connection, so this machine cannot just be plugged into your house plug. You should ask a specialist, an electrician, to connect this machine to your electric system. Well, this was the overview over our heat presses. We wanted to give you an overview over all the different machines and help you to decide which is the right machine or the right accessory for my application. I'm glad that you watched this, and afterwards I'm happy to answer all your comments or questions. Yeah. After this, there will be a live chat, and all other questions will be answered afterwards by email or private message. Many thanks and goodbye. Welcome again to the live Q&A. I'm expecting all your questions, and first of all, thanks again for watching our videos, and we're now going to take a couple of minutes to answer questions. And one thing for all of you, all the videos we're streaming live this week will later be available for downloading or watching on our websites. So, are there questions?
Yeah, the first question. Hi Bernhard, a question for TP10. Once our client asked what is the distance between heat plane and lower plane, especially how much is the place at the end of lower plane. In other words, how easy is work with prints on textile that are larger than lower plane? And question for a ball press, how to adjust size of the ball, is the pad adjustable?
Yes. Okay, so first we're going to look at the TP10. There is first there is the size between the distance between the lower and the upper platen. That is 110 millimeter. This is the distance between the platens. Then there is a 50 millimeter foam coming with the press, and a 10 millimeter rubber. So it depends how much you put inside, and this decides about how much space there is between the platens. And then if you draw out the heat press completely, then at the end there will be about 130 millimeters of overlapping if you take the edge of the lower platen and the edge of the heat press, the end of the heat press. So you can put large textiles on that, and you can put large panels on that. There is some space, but depending on how thick it is, there should be an additional test if it's possible to fit it in, if it's larger than the base plate. And can you tell me again the question for the ball press?
Yes. How to adjust size of the ball? Is the pad adjustable?
Well, first, the ball is a flexible thing, so it does not necessarily have to match 100%, but there are, I don't know if it's if you're able to see that, but there are screws and the base holder for the ball can be adjusted for smaller or bigger balls. But the holder for the ball is always the same, and even if you have a oval, a football egg, it will also fit in on this holder.
Okay, next question. Does the slide extension also fit on the new TS7 Smart? Furthermore, I saw that the old TS7 opens to the right side. Is it possible to open the press also to the left side? Thanks a lot.
So first question, the slide extension, you mounted on the TC5. It also fits on the new TS7 Smart. It does not fit on the old TS7. So be careful. The slide extension does not fit on this model, the TS7, but it does fit on the new TS7 Smart. And the side the machine is opening can be switched by the TS7 Smart, the new model. Here it is opening to the right, and you can change that to the left side, but this cannot be done with the old model. The old model always swings open to the right. And changing it on the TS7 Smart takes a couple of minutes. You have to take off the heating unit and the base plate, and you have to take off the additional stand, and you have to take off the controller. So this is nothing you would do on a regular basis. This is recommended to do once you set up the machine in your workshop. More questions?
Yes. How is the temperature distribution of the heating plate of the TPD7?
The TPD7 has our 40 by 50 heating unit, and it is a casted aluminium platen. So there is a heating resistance casted inside of a aluminium. So you have a very good heat distribution, and well, you need good heat distribution for all sorts of more complex transfers. You need that for sublimation or toner transfer, and both can be done with the right settings very well with the TPD7. There are no limits for toner or white toner transfer, so the heat distribution is good. Any more questions?
Okay. Are the videos available after the summit?
Yeah, they will be available, and we will post them later on and make them available to everybody who wants to see them again.
Okay. Hi, can this heat press use with different shapes of bottles? For example, oval or square?
The which heat press?
There is only this heat press
This heat press with different kinds of
with different shapes of bottles.
shapes of
Bottles.
bodies.
Bottles. Yeah, it says
Bottles.
It says
Bottles.
Mug
So,
press.
Yes.
So bottles will that refers to the mug press. Yeah, of course, different shapes. Well, that's rather not so specific. Shape can be the length, so different length can fit in the TM2. there are limitations in the diameter, and if you want to check if the diameter fits into the heating unit, you have to look at the specification of the heating unit. These heating units have always a minimum and maximum diameter. So if the diameter of your bottle is between these limitations, it will fit into the mug press.
Okay, there is no question anymore.
Okay, so maybe we are going to wait a little while.
Yes.
At this point again, thanks for the questions and thanks for watching, and stay tuned. We will have more videos and live Q&As the rest of this day, and also the upcoming days. We will also have a couple of videos for you. So if there are no more questions now, I want to say thanks and goodbye. See you soon.